Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. I have a review request from a player over on the European West server. Diamond 4, this is a leasing game of his. It is a loss. Why do you want me to review this game specifically? He says, just wanted to get basically a third party to take a look at his mistakes because he's struggling to see them himself. Definitely what I do. I love to look at, your blind spots, so make you aware of them. There's definitely a lot of League's a very complicated game. It's very actually hard, especially playing the game, to when you look over it, to not be biased and be like, oh well, like that's why I did that, versus actually that actually didn't make much sense to do based on XXX. So let's take a look first at your runes. So you're going Conqueror, which is really standard. Triumph, Tenacity. So every time you take Tenacity, always think, alright, do I have enough CC on the enemy team to warrant me taking Tenacity? You are against a pretty sort of heavy-ish AD comp. Like, actually, these are sort of hybrid, but the majority AD, especially with Fiora. Nunu is going to be tank. Thresh is going to be sort of hybrid as well, but mostly AD damage. Getting Tenacity here is very good because, yes, Thresh has CC, Nunu has CC, Fiora has CC, Varus has his ult. But the great thing about it is, in terms of boots, you can build Ninja Tabs, which I think is what you should go this game, just to nullify a lot of that AD damage. You take Last Stand here. So Last Stand, I think, is a very situational rune to go on Lee Sin. Yes, it synergizes pretty well with him and his W, but I feel that coup de grace is better specifically in this team, focusing on like their double AD comp, like trying to like assassinate them, just one shot them. Last Stand's not really going to help you in that. Last Stand's more for like, versing these two champions, like melee champs. I think it's okay, but I would actually be really looking to prioritize bot side of the map this game, especially since the fact that I have like a Maokai. Like Maokai, no matter how far ahead in the early game, you'll potentially get Maokai ahead. Fiora is going to be able to be a split push machine. Maybe can look to get the gank off to try and prevent that for as long as possible. But I would actually really be looking bot, especially the fact that I have a Lucian and Ornn. Like, Ornn's actually a pretty interesting support pick, but Lucian is a very strong early to mid-game champion, and Kai'Sa is pretty weak in the early stages. So, based on that, I would be starting blue buff. So let's take a look at where you decide to start. And the reason being is that whenever you see like a Thresh, like a Thresh lane into like a melee support, this is almost 100% going to be pushing, like 90% of the time. Even though less your Lucian is technically stronger than Kai'Sa, the threat that Thresh exerts in lane in terms of, potential for Q, Ornn can't exactly walk up, he can get flayed very easily. And obviously, he's semi-range champ, so you can auto-attack minions and push a lot faster than Ornn literally having to walk up to auto-attack minions. So based on that, I'll be looking to do blue. So it looks like you are starting red, but again, my game plan here will be do blue, Gromp, Wolves, red into bot gank, then reset, or like take Rift Scuttler, Krugs, reset, and then potentially look to do that one gank top if the wave's in a good position, because Fiora is most likely going to be pushing this as well. But if you feel that that's not a good idea, then again, you can just re-clear back down to bot. Hopefully you have burnt their summoners, and then re-gank. But mid is also actually a very good gank for you as well. So my priority actually this game, all your resources, time, energy, and focus needs to be getting your bot side of the map as head as possible. Zed is great for assassinating these AD carries. So actually mid is also a pretty good focus. Alright, so you do start red here. So yes, this is going to be... potentially you can gank top here, but... Alright, so... Very interesting. Nunu goes into evade here. It doesn't look like he has red buff on the map, but he does have red buff. But you should win this pretty convincingly if he walks in with... He's already used his snowball. He's not going to be able to get his aftershock proc either. Alright, great. You get the kill on him. Awesome. Alright, now I want you to really put the pressure on this Nunu. So Nunu's pretty much stuffed already now. So think about it. He's going to be going bot side now. So what I would want to be doing here... Actually, let's take a look back here as well. You see how bot was pushing here as well? I wanted to just show you why like bot was pushing. Because again, this is a Thresh Kai'Sa lane. Now, I mean, obviously you get this pushes back because the way it works is that minion waves come out. This wave's going to build up before their wave can hit. So it will bounce back. So yeah, so you definitely had a window to gank these guys. And I sort of just wanted to highlight that in terms of your jungle path. Alright, but you do come here and kill this guy. Alright, so what you want to be doing now is I'll still be looking to go bot, so I wouldn't really be ganking this Fiora. I don't feel like that's a good idea. Nunu's obviously bot, so I love the pings, careful pings, like you're telling your bot that they're, you know, that he's there. So, I mean, I guess this is fine, but I actually really wanted you to base. Maybe you couldn't have, actually. Gromp and Blue is pretty important to get. Because what I was thinking is maybe you should have contested this Golem Rift Sculler, which would have been very easy to do. And maybe it was worth literally after that skirmish. Just want to go back here a little bit more. Just think about this a little bit more. Like you burn Lee Sin's flash. Alright, as soon as you skirmish, literally base here. I know that your blue and Gromp's up, but remember, Nunu's going to go bot side. And if you can, like, base right now, walk all the way, like, literally contest the Nunu potentially on his blue, take Rift Scalar, and again, your bot's a very good win condition for you. I think that's the way to go this game. And it will very much take, and the biggest thing is this, it's going to take the enemy by surprise. Like, Nunu's going to no way expect you to go bot side. And why I say this is, again, is because you have a very strong right now. Like you're 1-0, you can base, you can get your jungle item. There's no way Nunu can contest you, and you just in general have a stronger 3v3, even 4 versus 4 with, you know, these AD carries. So that's what I wanted you to do this game actually. Right, so let's just be given here. Let's see what you do. So bot keeps fighting here. I think this is bad map awareness from you. This is a very vulnerable lane. I would be skipping Rift Scuttler and literally, like, look at this. You go on Rift Scuttler, but look at mid. Like, imagine if you were right here. You could be walking right here. Zed's literally just W'd on him, got the slow. This is literally a dead Varus. And he dies. Oh, it looks like you do eventually kill the Varus there, but you could have potentially, I reckon, saved him there. Alright, so what do you want to be doing now? So I think you really need to base and spend your gold, but you're literally walking through this, you get seen. Alright, there's not really much you can do here. I don't think this should work because you have just been seen. It should be very obvious you're here. Okay, but it does work. Okay, the theory behind that theoretically shouldn't work. I mean, obviously ranked things can happen like this. They obviously just didn't see you, bad map awareness. But I really actually wanted you to base there. Go topside, clear your Gromp. Your Gromp will be spawning. Actually, Gromp will be spawning for another 40 seconds or so. Yeah, I just want you to base and just spend your gold. And then actually maybe just come up here, get your wolves. Maybe your Gromp would have spawned by then. Then work your way back down bot side and gank this bot lane. Especially the fact that, you know, again, Lucian is very strong. Like, these guys are still really a win condition. Top lane, like, I wouldn't really want to be going here. I mean, you need to go bot side anyway, because your Raptor Camp and Krugs are up. So Dragon is also coming up. So you also need to think here, go back as well, is like, alright, how can I be, like, Dragon, like, I'm 3-0 Lee Sin right now, right? So this is after the caster kill I'm talking about. This is why you need to base and not do Krugs. I'm 3-0 Lee Sin. Nunu's like 0-1. I have 1800 gold. I need to get Dragon I need to get a Dragon as early as possible while still being efficient. And again, the way you do that right now is base, spend your gold, do your Wolves, Raptors, Krugs, and the thing, or I mean, literally just look on this, and ideally you have control wards in your inventory as well, so you can protect, get some control wards down here. Because by you doing Krugs, it's going to mess up your jungle path because you still need to base. And why would you do Dragon when you haven't got any jungle items yet? You're so weak. And then you're going to be sort of forced to go topside and then you're going to lose your opportunity to get Dragon, you know? So doing Krugs will really mess up your jungle path here. Alright, so Nunu literally ganks top. So I mean, like, you could have gotten a free Dragon. Like, you've literally missed your Dragon opportunity if you did that jungle path where you just based. Nunu was literally top. Alright, so, yeah, you're definitely going on full greed mode. Like, I understand maybe you wanted to literally base on Warrior or something like that, which is, you know, very good, but, you know, you're missing this opportunity to get 4 Dragons this game. Especially the fact that you have the stronger bot side of the map, by far. Alright, I really don't like you sticking around. My philosophy is always like, so gold in inventory is useless. The fact that you're 3-0 here actually means nothing. Aside from experience, obviously, you're level 6, which is, I mean, that's pretty good. But you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. Like, you're literally potentially doing a throw here. Because, I mean, you could base right now and, like, buy items and be so strong versus having a machete. Like, don't make any plays until you've spent this amount of gold. Especially this early in the game. Like, you literally have no 80 items. This Nunu's so far behind. I mean, this guy would have died very easily. But, I mean, this all wouldn't have happened if you just based and do Dragon. That's my point here. You should have gotten Dragon by now. I mean, I guess this is okay. You still haven't based your 4-0 now, but you must base after this. Alright, and you go kill Nunu again. I think this is not going to do you anything in this game anymore. Like, you've shut down Nunu enough. You've taken his red buff. Fiora's missing. Like, let's just back off. Spend your damn gold. You can literally buy a warrior, flat out. Get some control wards, and I need you to get Dragon. You're wasting a lot of time here. This is not going to do anything. Nunu's already stuffed. You're not going to put him further behind. At the end of the day, Nunu's going to be a full tank. He's still going to get his Aftershock procs off. It's like you're versing like a Lise or something in the jungle where she's literally going to be useless if you keep killing her. So this is, I just don't think this is going to do anything for you. And you're potentially risking dying here, but you actually do have kick. So that's pretty good. But look at bot. I mean, like, they have no sums. And you have an Ornn and Lucian. Yeah. I think that was just pretty risky, and it's really stuffed up your momentum. And I just don't think you're going to do much. Alright, so you base, you buy Kindle Gem. Obviously, you're looking to build Black Cleaver, but you need control wards. So important, especially if you're looking to get, you know, dragons. Like, you know, you look like you have a pretty cool score, 5-0 right now. But, I mean, you know, you're still 700 gold down. You haven't really impacted bot side of the map at all. You've literally just, like, killed this Nunu, shut this Nunu down, which is okay, but you need to start looking to get your team ahead. You must get control wards so you can protect your landers, secure objectives, and control wards are so important on Lee Sin as well, because you can obviously use one to place, and you can also keep one in your inventory for a ward hop to make plays with. So, I mean, look at your team. Your team's like making plays bot, your Z and stuff is without you, which is just not ideal. And your Z dies. So, actually, Zed's starting to get pretty far behind now, which is not ideal. I would actually start to think that mid lane's like lost cause almost at this stage. Alright, so you can't walk into river here. This is simple. Varus, like the enemy team's all alive. You don't know where Nunu is. You might just have to concede Dragon. Your bot's basing. Your Zed's dead. Be as efficient as possible. Do your Raptors here. Do your Wolves, Blue, Gromp. Base reset. Then look, hopefully they haven't got Dragon. Then look to go back into river here. Place, like, I need you to have control wards. Place your control wards. Maybe look for it. Maybe you still can get this Zed back in this game. Like, it is a Zed. He can, like, one-shot a Varus. I mean, he doesn't have ult right now. But I need you to be getting your bot lane ahead. Like, again, your Maokai isn't a win condition. He's 0-2. Like, bot side of the map needs to be your focus. You're just doing nothing when you come down here. Alright, so you've... Now, this is really bad as well. You've literally just given the enemy team free vision. You walking through mid. I understand you're looking to get top Rift Scully here. It looks like you're pinging it. But never give away your position for free. Make the enemy team work for information on you. Especially since you're a 5-0 Lee Sin. You go in top here. Like, Fiora's not probably scared of you. Actually, she's She might be scared of you here. But the biggest thing is now bot can do whatever they want. You know, this Thresh and Kai'Sa can literally do whatever they want. Look at this, these guys are even fighting. So yeah, this is again another thing as well, as I don't want you to be giving away information for free. So you do go top and take Rift Herald here. I think this is actually pretty good. Alright, but again, need you to go bot. So what I want you to do here... Oh, is this gankable? I don't think it's gankable anymore. Two waves too big. Varus goes bot side. Clear your top side jungle camps. Base reset. Spend your gold. Get 2 control wards. Again, I'm emphasizing a lot. I sound like a broken record player, but it's so important on Lee Sin. You're just going to have no map control at all. Alright, actually Varus shows here. And you look to help kill him. Alright, this is not good at all. This is a wild goose chase. Alright, Varus is outplaying you so hard. He's literally dragging you around the map. Nunu's top side. Alright, he could literally have taken drag right here. Again, you've done nothing bot this game. Bot lane is such a core area for you to gank. Look at this, he just dragged you top side. Alright, this is not a good Rift Herald either. unless you're going to commit to the tower, ideally you're getting Rift Heralds using Rift Heralds to get towers. Like, Rift Herald's pretty weak these days. You can't break towers with it as easy. Like, I would only say don't break a tower with Rift Herald if it's starting to get to 14 minutes, which is when plates break, so you don't get the gold from it. And then that's when you can use Rift Herald, but it's 11 minutes in the game. There's no rush on Rift Herald. You need to use it to break a tower. Ideally, I mean, I think there's no real idea. I mean, ideally, always mid is the best tower to break, and I like your thought process here trying to break this tower, but it's going to be very hard to break with, you know, your two melee champs into like a Varus, Nunu, like, you know, after this. So, yeah, I think that's a bit of a waste of a Rift Herald. But the enemy team is forced to react on it, and you get Dragon finally. So you get the first Dragon of the game at 11 minutes 34 seconds. If you did this path I talked about, you should have 2 Dragons right now, and working on Dragon Soul as a win condition. Dragon Soul is always a win condition for you, especially when you're in the stronger jungle matchup, and you literally had a 3-0 lead. You know, I mean, you're 6-0 now on Lee Sin. Alright, so you have 1200 gold. I still keep emphasizing you need to base to get control wards, but you're coming down bot here. Protect them, push out bot. I like this, but Nunu is here. Then your Zed needs to base. Alright, I would be looking to base here. You still haven't cleared your topside jungle. This is actually starting to become a problem. Like, Nunu's actually out farming you now, and you've wasted a lot of time, and you're actually going to start falling behind. The fact that you haven't cleared these top 3, your top side of the jungle for about, I think it's been about 2-3 minutes now, is really going to start setting you far behind. And all that work you did in the early game is starting to disappear, because Nunu's still going to be a tank at the end of the day. You know, he has theoretically the same strength in items as you right now, you know, even though you're 6-0. Because again, you're in base, not spending your inventory. So this is a waste of time. I'm not sure what you're doing here. Your bot's based. You need to be efficient. You need to clear your topside jungle camps. You just look very confused here. You keep trying to base. Alright, so they actually kill your Lucian there, which is not ideal. Where did that Varus come from? Oh, so Varus must have literally walked through here. You clear. Yeah, okay. Alright, so there's nothing more you can do bot here, I don't think. Let's base, clear topside, work your way down, and then look to regank bot. Your Lucian has a Blade of the Rune King now, but you actually come onto this, so... Okay, I guess this might be okay. Oh, actually, Fiora has TP. Okay, you're all dead here. Alright, I think this is where you lose the game. So, your entire early game, see you later. Look at this. Let's take a snapshot right now of all the resources and time you put into shutting down this Nunu. He's literally 83 CS. He's almost level 9. I think you're just level 9. Like, all gone. Early lead. Like, let's look at the gold difference. You're literally... I mean, I guess you're still 1300 gold up, but that's 1300 gold over a Nunu that's going to be a tank anyway. You know, it's not like it matters that much. So, yeah, I think that's a really good snapshot there. It's like, you really actually haven't done this much this game, even though you're 7-0. Write that down as well for that snapshot. Okay, so you're going bot side here. This is a bit awkward again. You need to be clearing your top side, clearing your way jungle down to where your win condition is, which is bot lane. Top is a lost cause. I would not be looking to gank Fiora at all. Actually, Varus is switching top for some reason. Your Zed's not doing too hot mid, but maybe you can still do something mid. But your Lucian is really your only strongest member right now to play around, and by you doing this jungle path, you're literally just ignoring. You're actually moving away from your win condition, you know, instead of like clearing this, moving towards your win condition. Alright, Zed actually gets that tower, which is pretty good. I don't know why that Varus went top. That was so confusing to me. That's actually a really big mistake by his part. Losing that mid tower shouldn't have happened. Alright, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cis pings going. I think Lucian's definitely on the right idea. You're just not pathing around it at all. Like, even though bot lane looks very fed, like, unfortunately, this is the best you can do with the situation right now. And I can tell you, it will have worked. I mean, you had so many opportunities this game to gank bot, pressure bot. Lucian is still pretty good with the item spike of Blade of the Rune King. Oh, you get seen here. No reason to get seen here. You don't need to do this. This is very careless from you. This is just giving away, again, free information. Actually, no, you get seen by the scrying ops, so it doesn't matter if you get seen here. But, you know, again, the general premise is... Alright, let's dive this caster. The general premise is make the enemy team work for their vision of you. Alright, cool. Alright, pretty lucky there. I don't know where Thresh is. Did we see where Thresh was? Okay, he was actually coming out of base. Good. Dive into bot take. Alright, so now the next objective is Dragon. I like that you have a control ward right now. I can't remember if you bought 2 control wards from base. You should use this opportunity to just push out mid. Push out mid, then come do Dragon, make the enemy team react to this, soak up some experience and gold. No one else is going to push it. This will just make your Dragon a lot safer. This is a very small thing, but, you know, the enemy team can literally freely walk into this now because they don't have, like, minions pushed up here, and you'll be able to see if the enemy team is walking into them if you had pushed that mid lane. Alright, so I don't know what you're doing bot here. This is a prime example of kills over objectives. So you get Dragon, like, they're pretty low, like, top. They actually might need to base here. Go take Rift Herald. That's the next objective. Push out mid, take Rift Herald. There's nothing for you to do bot here. Like, what are you going to do? Like, there's no wave pushed into tower. This is just kills over objectives. And this is, you know, this is why you just don't win games. Like, oh, sure, you get those kills. What are you going to do? What objectives are you going to get? You got some gold. Woohoo. You know? Doing some counter jungling. How cool is this? Versus the enemy team's literally taking Rift Herald off you right now. When you should have got that objective. So you're just giving the enemy just opportunities to get back into this game. Oh, I mean, they're actually ahead of you. But you're just not pressing your lead. Even though you're like a 7-1 Lee Sin. Which is starting to not matter at all. Let's take a look at another snapshot. Look at that. Now we're at only like 1100 gold. But like Nunu actually has 3.3k gold in his inventory right now. He's starting to get tanky. He even has like a shutdown bonus. Again, just emphasizing how little your shutdown on Nunu actually did in the early stages of the game. Like, I'm not saying not for you to do it, but you did it too much. Instead of focusing on your lanes, getting them ahead, getting objectives. Too many kills over objectives. And they break top tower, which again shouldn't have happened if you know, you took Rift Herald there. Okay. So, finally looking to base. You're on 2500 gold. You need to get 2 control wards. And look to protect your Lucian. Again, your Lucian is like your strongest member right now. He's 4 and 2. Alright, so there's a bit of a team fight going on here. I love that you finally got 2 control wards from base. Alright, one thing as well with Guardian Angel. I like to buy the stopwatch first. Before, like, if ideally, I mean, BF Sword is good. Like, this is sort of controversial. But I just loved... I think the stopwatch is such an important usage of item in team fights. Like, that item alone will single-handedly win you team fights. I can guarantee you that. Obviously, going in, baiting the enemy team, one-shotting someone, then stopwatching, then your team all collapses around you. You can ward hop out. Like, the extra damage from this is great from BF Sword, but stopwatch, I just find is just so much better in these mid-game skirmishes, especially the fact that Baron's starting to come up. You know, I don't like to just buy GA straight up without using my stopwatch. Alright, so this is actually starting to get tricky now. So I feel like that the enemy team actually really hard outscales you. Getting a lot of frame rate lag here. You don't want to be fighting like this. You have a Zed. Zed doesn't want to be fighting like this. You need to be looking... Ideally, Zed's pushing out side lanes. And you're, like, protecting him or Lucian. Like, you need to play the side lane game this game. You're, like, much more mobile with, like, Zed. Lucian... Like, Lucian's pretty mobile with his E. And, you know, Lee Sin. Play to the sides. You actually don't want to be fighting from this stage on. Like, Nunu's starting to get very tanky. He's building full AD, which literally counters your entire comp. I mean, full armor. You actually sort of want to be avoiding team fights. Like, I just don't think you win team fights. Actually, you actually do pretty well this team fight. Yeah, Lucian's actually popping off. But the next objective here is Baron. But yeah, again, the only way you can really get this, because again, a straight up 5v5 team fight, you're just not going to win. And you need to be pushing out side lanes. Like, look at the side lanes right now. This is how you win this game. Like, having Zed push out side lanes, Lucian push out side lanes. Like, well, I mean, you're obviously still going to have to defend mid. But, you know, Zed just split pushing, you protecting him. Ideally, him split pushing top, and then you're like getting control wards here, waiting for picks, dragging them. Again, these are the two very easy champions to pick off. If you can drag them around the map and then pick them off on your terms, that's how you can, you know, make a Baron play off that. Alright, so yeah, so I just don't like Zed being mid here. Alright, this is a simple don't fight. Zed's pushing out mid, Lucian's bot, Maokai's top. Like, there's no reason to fight here. Just be patient. Wait for the enemy team to react to these waves. They're going to have to react to these waves. Then you have opportunity to walk into here and get control with your control wards and, you know, do dragon. Like, you just die here. You know, now you're going to lose dragon and potentially Baron. Lucian dies. Alright, I'm going to change this FPS down. This is... I think it's because I'll just keep skipping too forward. Alright, so yeah, so now this is looking pretty grim. I'd say, like, again, they get into the position where they're really outscaling you. Fiora's literally got 2 items. She's a split push king. You know, they have Varus and Kai'Sa, who are going to start scaling up. You know, you have a pretty, like, very weak scaling comp. And Nunu's pretty good into you, the fact that he has full, like, armor items. Alright, yeah, I mean, I think there's not much you can do here. You're just going to lose the game. You know, you can't really fight. I'd say you can't even split push anymore. This game's over. They get Baron. Just get the time controls up here. Yeah, and they end the game. Alright, so I'm going to end the review here. Also, just point out you bought Guardian Angel without using your stopwatch. Again, not an ideal situation. I love that you have 2 control wards here, but lots of pathing errors in the early game. You didn't really have any direction. You had no lane. You played very selfishly, and you didn't actually have a lane where you wanted to help at all. Like, you were sort of just mindlessly, like, doing a little bit here. You went top for a little bit. You went mid for a little bit. You went bot for a little bit, but none of those things led to any objectives. So you can check out my full notes on this review over on my blog, nathanmott.gg. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.